Hey guys, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to what I'm considering like my first official Flosstube video. I've filmed some other Flosstubes in the past, and if you're not familiar with what Flosstube is, it is where you show all of your cross stitch goodies, what you're stitching, what you're working on, maybe things that you brought into your collection. If you hear that rustling, it's Miss Rosie trying to make a nest in some tissue paper. I don't know what she's doing. She looks really cute though. She's like digging and going in circles. Anyway, so why I say I feel like this is my first official video is because I've done whip parades and stuff like that in the past, and I think I did a retreat video where I talked about my Grace Notes retreat. But I definitely am keeping more of a schedule when it comes to my stitching. I'm participating in wipgo and heifer and an Advent project with my friends. And I thought, you know what, why don't I come on once a month to let you guys know what I've been doing. Part of the problem of why I don't show you my stitching as much is because I feel like it gets really overwhelming for me. And then I have so many things, I don't even know where to start. So if I just concentrate on like a month at a time, then I think that I should be able to come to you more regularly. So I hope you like this. I hope you like this. So the first things that I want to talk to you about are my finishes. Yes, plural. I have two. So this happened before the end of last year, but it's still a finish and I want to show it to you. And this is called the Christmas Delivery, and it is by Twin Peak Primitives. This is, I think it's 14 count vintage country mocha, and this is all the called for DMC. I am so proud of this finish. It is so stinking cute and I really, really enjoy it. The only thing that I wish is that the orange was more of a red, but it did call for this orange, and I kind of thought that was weird because I'm like, orange? Really? And there is red in the pattern. Like the candy canes have some red, the Christmas tree has some red, but yeah, not the bow, not the sleigh, not the two birdies. They are pretty orange. So, but I'm really proud of this. The next thing I have is a project that was, the supplies were given to me by Natalia, and her channel is Official Mermaid Cove. And I met her through the Jingle Ball along with Dottie from Stitching Scotty and a couple of other ladies. I'm not sure of their channel names, so I'm very sorry guys. If you're watching, let me know down in the comments and I will make sure I put your channels in the description. Anyway, we decided to do a Stitchy Zoom together. And we were each going to stitch something that we could make into a shape. So like a biscornu, or make into a cube or something like that. And I had seen, they were talking about these Quirky Quakers by Darling and Whimsy Designs. And this is what I really wanted to stitch. Natalia had showed it. She made hers into a cube. I just thought it was absolutely the most adorable thing. I love hedgehogs and I had to stitch it. So she said, you know what? I guess she won a giveaway from Bendy Stitchy, Michelle at Bendy Stitchy, and she had all the stuff. She had leftover fabric, she had the floss, everything called for. So she sent it to me, which I thought was super kind. So she sent me the pattern. She sent me some beads, but I didn't put beads in it. She sent me the floss, which was the sampler threads in the shade Sable, which is like a really pretty green. And then she also sent me the fabric. And so here's my little hedgehog. I'm going to try to make him into a little cube or something. I want to make him into a shape. I just thought he was cute. Maybe I'll do a flat finish and stick him on this little cube thing that I have. But look at him. He's so cute. And I want to do more of the Quirky Quakers. I think they're adorable. So I would like to also give back. So if you're watching this, and I have extra fabric here, so if you're watching this and you would like to win a giveaway from me for the Quirky Quaker, the fabric and the thread, I think there's enough to do it, to make it again. Please comment down below with the word hedgehog, and I will pick a winner randomly using like the comment. There's like a comment app you can use. I will randomly choose a winner before my next Flosstube. Yeah. So if you'd like to win this Quirky Quaker hedgehog with the supplies, comment down below, hedgehog. But again, here he is, and I just think he's so adorable. So I'm very proud of myself. So that's my second finish. And that's it. So let me get into, now let me get into the challenges. So I decided this year I was going to do wipgo. I attempted to do wipgo last year. Wipgo and heifer are both like bingo boards. Jessie Marie does stuff, created the wipgo board, and what she does is it's basically a bingo board, but wipgo on the top, and then you have your numbers below. Some people just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They put them in order. Some people randomize their numbers. I randomize mine. Let me show you my wipgo board. So here is my wipgo board, and then I have my heifer board right next to it, and it has all my projects on it. So whatever numbers are called in the month, I can look at my boards and decide, okay, or see what I'm supposed to be working on. Supposed to be. So let me go through what was called for January. So in January, the first thing that was called was number 11. And for me, that is my fantasy or my fairy tale book, Artist Unknown, but it was purchased at Stitches So Beautiful. So I'll put their website down below, you guys. Oh my gosh. I've shown you this thread before. This is a full coverage. Look at all this thread. I think I wore it like a wig when I showed it to you guys in my whip parade. And I'm stitching this on 18 count easy grid, and I'm doing 2/1 full cross, and I'll show you where I started. I'll put the picture up here of where I started, and this is where I'm at. So I didn't get a ton of progress, but it's hard. Right now I'm in the land of blue. And you'll see in the original pattern, I don't know, wherever it is, there's a ton of blue around the top. And so, yeah, this is where I am. My goal for wipgo and heifer for each project is just to touch it for 2 hours. I am a multi-crafter. I crochet, I knit, I cross stitch. So it's very difficult for me to parse out my time to all the different projects. So I thought, you know what, if I go more than just 2 hours with my goal, I don't think I'll reach them, and then I'll feel very frustrated. So I wanted to make sure that I was able to maintain my goals and keep wanting to stitch. That was very important to me. And so the 2 hours has been great. It's also allowed me to work on some other things that I'm going to talk about later. The second thing that was called, or the second number that was called, was number 20. And for me, that is the February weigh-in by Stitching with the Housewives. I am using the Called for Classic Colorworks floss. Some beautiful colors. Got the greens, the pinks, the reds, some turquoise blue in there. This is the February weigh-in, and this is where I was at, and here's where I am at now. I just love this piece. I got a lot of this jar done. I got the flower or the heart that was inside. I got the leaves done. I might have even gotten some of the roses done. I think I got this shelf done. Yeah, I love this. It's so super cute, and I'm really glad that it was called because I got a little bit more progress on it. Their patterns look easy. I wouldn't say they're hard, but you have to pay a lot more attention to them than I thought. And they're a little trickier. They're not as basic as I thought when I first saw their patterns. I'm like, oh, they'll be simple, really quick to do. No, they're not hard, but there's a lot of color change and stuff like that. So they're a little bit trickier than I originally thought. So those are my 2 wipgo pieces. I hit both goals. I was super excited. Next up are my heifer boards. The heifer board was made by Callie and Christy from the Floss Boss and Cousins. Oh my gosh, they are so funny. And if you guys want a laugh, then go watch them. But they created their heifer board, and I had the number 17 that was called. That was the first number, and it's my sobriety cell, my BeeYoutiful sampler, one of my sobriety cells, and I just love this piece. Here are the flosses. I am using the called for DMC, and it's just like beautiful colors. And this was a pattern. This is a pattern by Twin Peaks Primitives. I'll put up a picture of where I was at, and here is where I'm at now. I worked some more into the border. I got a little bit more done down here. I got this guy finished. I did some more of the urn. I got the little bird done. I got this guy finished. So I got quite a bit done in the 2 hours that I worked. I'm really pleased with the progress so far. This is definitely a work in progress, but I'm very proud of it so far, and I really am enjoying it. I just think it's beautiful, and I'm really excited to see how it progresses. I don't know that I'll work on it anymore this year, but it got its 2 hours, and it had a little bit of time to shine. So and of course, I really enjoyed working on it. The next number that was called was number 13. My friend Valerie started stitching about a year ago, and when we were creating our boards this year, we both decided to have a square on our board, and it was going to be number 13, and it was going to be like she would have to pick a project for me to work on, I would have to pick a project for her to work on. So I'm calling this number 13 Valerie's Choice, and she wanted me to work on one of my endangered species patterns. So I chose to work on the African Savannah elephant, which is a pattern by lindystitches. And I was in their endangered species club, and I really enjoyed every pattern that I received from them. So I decided that that was the one I was going to work on, and I had a little bit of a snafu when I first picked this up. So here are the flosses, the colors. They're Weeks Dye Works, DMC, and some classic color works. The colors are just gorgeous. But okay, so I made a big mistake down here. This is what I worked on last year, and I was like, oh, it's coming along. And then I realized I made a really big mistake, and the mistake was too much for me to fudge. I really have to frog out this entire thing. So when I restarted the piece, I'm like, I can't right now. I'm going to move up in here. So these are where the fronds are, and I'm going to have to do some satin stitches, I think, off the fronds. And then this is the part of the elephant's ear. So I'm slowly working into the elephant. So didn't get a ton done, but it did get its 2 hours. So it got its time to shine, and I'm really happy with that. So heifer goal number 2 met. I couldn't be more thrilled. I feel like I got all my goals. I still was able to make some progress on my knitted and crochet items. A video will be coming about that too. But I didn't feel overwhelmed. And then the last project that challenge that I am doing is a Advent challenge where I have Valerie again and my other friend Jaylon. She's a knitter. They decided to do like an Advent project where each month they would pick something for the other person to work on, and I wanted in on it. So my pick from them was this, and I supplied them with like 20 patterns, and randomly they're going to choose one, and they tell me which one it is for the month, and that's the one I have to kit up and work on. So I picked a lot of like medium and small projects because I really wanted to get some good progress in on them. But this chart is called Be Thankful, and I can't remember who the artist is, but I will put the photo up on. But I decided to do this on 32 count vintage country mocha, and I'm doing 2/1 full cross. These are the DMC colors, and it's a really cute like turkey pattern, but I decided to start up in the border, and this is how far I got. I'm not going to show the chart, but I will show a picture of it. So I'm about halfway through the top here and about halfway down. So yeah, it's not going to be a very big piece, but my goal also was to put in 2 hours on that piece, and I did. So goal met. Very happy about that. So those were all my goals for January. Again, I hit all of my goals, so I was really excited about that. So let me show you what else I worked on for the month of January, because other than my goals, I have a couple of soft goals. I have a couple of other projects that I really want to touch throughout the month, each month. So I will pull those out and show you those. Okay, I'm back with the other projects that I want to get some work on throughout the months. Uh-oh. Oh, like I'm missing something. Okay, so the first thing is I am involved in a stitchy group. I think it's called the Stitch Along Friends, and they decided to work on a long dog over the course of this next year, and they have a schedule and everything, and I thought that was really cute, and I was like, oh, you guys are really funny, because I'm not going to be following it. There's no way. They are master stitchers. They are way more dedicated than me, or it's their only thing that they, you know, the only craft that they do, so they get a little bit more time in, and I just don't get the time. So anyway, the long dog that they had picked is Love at First Sight, and I have always wanted to do a long dog. Well, I shouldn't say always. Since I've started cross-stitching again, I've wanted to do a long dog, and I couldn't really pick one. I was like, I don't know what I want to do, yada, yada. When they saw this, I was like, ooh, yeah, that one. So I joined in on the fun, and I did start it. It is huge. In fact, the piece of fabric I picked is a fat half of linen in 32, it's a 32 count linen by Grace Notes called Coconut Milk. And here is how far I got so far. Oh my goodness. It's in like a big nurge hoop, and all the fabric is like back here roped up. But here's where I got so far. I got, I think, half of the first page done. So nothing to frown out. Look at all that variegation in the thread. So let me talk about the thread. I'm using a Silks For You silk, okay? And since I have a yarn swift and a ball winder, I made my little cake of silk. This is PR 146. I had to buy 2 hanks in order to get enough for the project, but it was a lot less costly than going through other silk vendors. Silks For You is wonderful. If you've not stitched with their silks, gosh, you really should. And here's the trick I learned, and I can't remember which creator, I wish I would shout them out. I can't remember which creator said this, but I thread 6 needles at a time. And whenever I work on this, I do 6 needles of thread. I'm doing 2 over 2 with this silk, and it's giving really, really nice coverage, and my stitches are so petite and cute. I love them. And this little guy up here was all back stitched. He's very cute too. There's not a lot of back stitching, but I'm just loving the variegation of this floss. I'm not like starting or stopping it with any sort of pattern. I'm just like, wherever I leave off, I pull it out. Like once it's on a wall and it's hanging, the variegation will be beautiful, and it won't really matter like what quote unquote pattern I did the variegation in. So, and that's the part of the beauty I feel of variegated thread, that you can kind of do whatever you want and it doesn't really matter. But I am so excited about having this on my wall someday when I'm like 85. I feel like that's when I'll finish it. Whatever. Okay. Then I have been involved in a stitch along with the Grace Notes people that were at the retreat last year, and they had chosen the pattern Main Street from Finally a Farm Girl, and we got the pattern and the bag, and we were able to order all of our threads. and which is a combination of Weeks and DMC. And also I got my fabric through Grace Notes. And my fabric that I chose is Mint Matcha. It's an 18 count Ada Mint Matcha. And we have a schedule for this too, and I just laugh and think they're so cute because I do not follow the schedule, and I don't even know if I'm going to get any of this done, but I will put it on the brag table anyway because I'm going to brag at whatever I got done, even if it's not finished. Anywho, this is Main Street by Finally a Farm Girl, and this is how much I got done. I'm not even done with the coffee shop yet, and this is supposed to be done by August. Not supposed to be, but you know, really it's like we're going to start another one and then I'll have 2 going, but whatever. I have so many sales at this point, it's like ridiculous. But this is the other one that I'm really trying to touch every month so that at least I can get a little bit of work on it every month and say that I've touched it and that I've tried to finish it up. Oh, we have a guest. You guys, if you have not met our mascot, this is Miss Rosie. She is the mascot of this channel. And I only show her when she wants to be shown. When she paws at my leg and she wants to come up and say hi to mommy. And that's when I let her come up, and because I don't want to make her show her face if she doesn't want to. Sometimes she can be shy. All right? Right, little girl? But mommy was working all day, so she was probably like, what's going on? I miss you. So here she is. Miss Rosie. She's our little friend. All right, you? Go back down. Gonna put her back down. She likes to hang out with me up here, but then I think she gets a little bored and she wants to go back downstairs, but she won't because she has to be where I am at all times. Okay, the last project that I'm working on is a gift. I don't know, my brother and his fiance, and if they're watching, I hope that they turn around now. They are getting married, and I really wanted to make them something, but they are insisting on no gifts. And that's very difficult for me because I'm like, well, of course I'm going to get them a gift. It's my brother. He's getting married. Like, big deal, you know? But then I was talking to my friend Valerie, and she was like, if they said no gifts, you really should do no gifts. And I'm like, okay, but I'm making this for them anyway, and I am going to give it to them at some point, not around wedding time, maybe in the summer, whenever I get it done. So I'm not putting a lot of pressure on myself. But what I decided to stitch for them is this pattern, A Trio of Flowers by Works by ABC. When I first saw this pattern, I just fell in love with it. I saw it at the Grace Notes retreat. I thought it was so sweet. And there's going to be 3 of them. My brother, his wife, and his wife's little girl, who just adores my brother. So I thought the 3 flowers, the 3 of them, this kind of goes with their decor. And I just thought it was a really sweet piece for the 3 of them. So I decided to start this in January. And this is the called for DMC. Just a really pretty, like a fall palette. But it's just so lovely. I'm doing this on 32 count vintage country mocha because I had fabric. I bought this for another project and didn't end up using it, but it's just so cute. I got the yellow flower done. I started working on the stems and the orange flower. I mean, if I work on this every month a little bit, it should be done by April. But again, I'm not giving that to them for a wedding gift. I'll bring it to them when I go again to visit. And I don't know. I haven't decided how I want to finish it, though. Do I want to put it in a little, pillow? Because she does have a bookshelf. She's a reader. And they could put it in there and have it in their living room. Or they have a TV stand where they put different things, too. So they could put it there. I don't know if they would really like it to hang. So I'm going to think about that and decide how I want to finish it. But I'm really excited to be stitching that for them. And even though they said no gifts, I'm not counting this as a gift. Anyway, so that's that. That is everything that I have stitched. There's a spider on my wall. There's a spider. I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist. Help. Send help. I hate spiders. Rosie, there's a spider on the wall. Okay, so I'll be back with plans. Now I'm back with February plans. let me go over what was called for wipgo. So the first number was number 7, and that for me was the pattern by Plum Street Samplers called We Remember. I just bought this. Did I buy it? I bought it before 4th of July this year because I really wanted to do some patriotic stitching. And I just fell in love with this. This is a Be Stitch Me fabric, and I don't know what it's called. No! Did I not save the little paper? I'm so good about this. Oh, here it is. Oh, I was gonna say, Kim. This is the, it's an 18 count Ada. The color of the fabric is called Mocha. Man, she does the best stuff. And these are the called for. It is DMC and Weeks floss. I love Weeks floss. I think they're my favorite variegated floss, if I dare say. But I'll put a picture up where I was at. And here is a picture of where I am now. We Remember Plum Street Samplers. I just love this. I love the dainty little stitches. I think they're so stinking cute, and I'm really enjoying this stitch. So yeah, actually I'm not showing where I was because this is where I'm at, and I have to do my 2 hours on it still. So I'm still in like mode, you know, I gotta practice, guys. It's gonna take me a while. But I really, really am excited to get some stitching done on that. Actually, I'm really excited about getting stitching done on all of the things that were called. The next one that is called Spring Moon, and I'm using a Witchell fabric. This was one of the fabric of the months that I got in from, Fat Quarter Club. No, Fat Quarter Shop. And I don't know the name of it offhand. It's in my booklet. I gotta write it down though. Anyway, I'm so unorganized because I have not like written down all of my whips yet in one place, and I need to do that. But anyway, here are some of the called for flosses on this. It's all DMC, and then here's some of the other ones that I did not put on a drop yet. But this is called, again, Spring Moon by Plum Street, and I just love this, but I have not gotten far at all. I started the little moon, the top of the moon, and I even left my needle in. Oh, I don't usually do that. I mean, I don't care if I do it, but I don't usually do that. But I just love this pattern, so to get further on it and stitch on it for 2 hours, I'm just really excited to do that. And then for my heifer board, number 21 was called, and that is The Wizard of Oz by Owl Forest Embroidery. Oh, when I first saw this pattern, you guys, oh, look at it. It's so cool. I just love their patterns. I'm working also on the Alice in Wonderland 3-colored one, and I just love it. The only thing is I cannot get it to go into Pattern Keeper. That's bumming me out a little bit. So I'm working off a paper copy, but oh well. I am using all the called for DMC, and where is that? I just had it. Oh, here we go. All the called for DMC, and I did not show you the right. I am out of my mind right now. Wow, you can tell this is after work time. This is the stuff for Spring Moon. You can go to your house. That's their house. And here is the DMC for Wizard of Oz. I'm pretty darn sure. Yeah. Because it's got the greens and stuff. This better be right. It is right. Okay. But there's not many colors. I thought there would be more. Am I mistaken? I'm probably mistaken. You guys, I am just a freaking hot mess right now. Okay, anyway, these are the colors. They are gorgeous. And right now, so I got the house done. And now I'm working on the tornado. Nah, I didn't get much done at all. So 2 hours, I'm very keen to get working on that. We'll see. And then the last one, which I am very excited to work on because to me, it's a very soothing stitch. And I feel like I get quite a bit done in a 2 hour, I'll get quite a bit done in a 2 hour period. But this is Sea Glass by Carolyn Manning Designs. I love her designs. I'll put a picture of it, of course, up there. And I love her designs. I think they're so cool. I love the geometric shapes. I don't know, I'm just drawn to so many of them. But when I saw this one, I was like, wow, look at these colors. I mean, talk about the epitome of sea glass. And the beach is one of my favorite places to go. So this is how much I have done so far. And I'm really excited to show you how much more I will get done next month. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully all my pictures will be ready to be inserted into this video and everything. Okay, and then last but not least, the Advent with Valerie and Jaylon. They chose this fox pattern. It's called Have a Crazy Holiday, and it was this little fox guy. And it was a little bit more difficult than I thought, but there's just a few colors here of DMC. And this is how far I got on this guy. I got his little head done, top of his head. Very cute. And the fabric that I'm using, where is the little tag? Okay, is from Grace Notes. It's called Rooted in Grace. We got a fat eighth of it as a sample at the retreat. This is 14 count Aida in Rooted in Grace. And it's a really lovely light green color. I really, really love this color. So that is the last thing that I'm going to be working on in February. And then I have one more thing to show you as far as plans go, and then I will show you my haul. I'll talk about some other channels that I've been watching, and then I'll let you guys go. So hang in there with me. Okay, so the last thing that I'm working on is a Tiny Modernist mystery series. It's a 5-part mystery series. The first block came out in January, and I definitely did not get the whole thing stitched. I'm very excited about it though, and if I am allowed, I will put a picture of the first part of the pattern up here. And the colors for the entire pattern are all DMC called for, and it's a really bright, whimsical pattern. It's called the Fantastical Greenhouse. There's unicorns in it, there are mushrooms, there's cute flowers, there's a flower pot, a watering can. Very, very cute so far. And the fabric I decided to do was from the Fabric of the Month Club by Fox and Rabbit, and I get it through Garon Stitchery, and it's called Mermaid Shimmer, and this is 32 count linen, and I only got this little box done so far, this little white part of the greenhouse. So I definitely did not get very far, but my goal is to just work on it a little bit every month. I will not finish it like by the time all the pieces come out and everything, but I just thought it was adorable. I told myself I didn't really want to work on any more mystery sals or anything like that because it was going to take away from my wipgo and heifer boards and all that. And I have so many whips, it's ridiculous, but I was like, I got to do this one. It has a unicorn in it. That's why I'm doing it, because it has a unicorn in it. So, on to what came into my collection. I really don't have much to show you because what I'm trying to do is put together a master DMC set. So as I order floss for different projects, like the different advents that I am doing or whatever, I'm ordering a bunch of floss so that I can have a master DMC set. And then when I need floss, I can pull off like a string of it and use that for a project, but I'm no longer having to buy like multiple skeins of DMC and just keep repurchasing and repurchasing. So that's what I'm doing. So I got a lot of floss, and then I subscribed to the Black Needle Society Retreat in a Box, and the theme for January was Purple Madness. And you've probably seen this in a lot of different places, but I'm going to show you the items that we got. Because I just think everybody should see it. And if you want to get on the list for this box, there is a waiting list. I was on it for quite a while. So if you want to get on the list, get on it now if you think you want the box. But everything was purple themed this month. So the first thing was a magic crayon pack needle minder, and this was artwork by the Black Needle Society, and here is what this little needle minder looks like. How stinking cute is that? So that was the needle minder we got. The next was called the Picturesque Purple Thread Pack by Night Stalker's Calling. This thread is absolutely gorgeous, and it's doing it no justice. These colors are so much brighter. in person. They are gorgeous. Now, I don't know if this is silk or not. I'm not sure. It looks like it, but I'm not 100% sure. It's gorgeous though. Beautiful. The next was this lavender stem pen distributed by 123 Farm. Look at this. It's so freaking cute. It's a little pen with a lavender stem on it. I'm giving this to Miss Madeline because she will love it. So that's going to her. Next is the French Lavender Soap Bar. And this was by the Three Sisters Apothecary. And this smells so good. So I have to add another soap to my inventory for beauty. This is primarily a beauty channel, so I do my inventories. Anyway, that's going in that. It smells so good though. Can't wait to use it. Next is the reusable lavender dishcloth. This is called also a Swedish dishcloth. I've wanted one of these, and this is made by Driftless Studios, so I'm really excited to try this. I've never used a Swedish dishcloth, and I've wanted to, so yay, now I have one. Up next is the Lavender Haze cross-stitch fabric brought to us by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. This is a 32 count linen, and they gave us a 13 by 17 piece, and it's called Lavender Haze. Look at how pretty. Pretty. Next, we got an 8 by 9 Nerge hoop. Like, hello, I could definitely use that. That was a great thing. Then the next thing was this I Stitch Past My Bedtime project bag, and this was made by Kitster Kronk, was the artwork. So stinking cute. And last but not least was a Violet Dream cross-stitch pattern designed by Carolyn Manning. Wasn't I just talking about how I just love her patterns? And this one is no joke. It's beautiful. So I will definitely be kitting this up eventually. I don't know when, but I will be. And I'm going to be using all of this purple stuff. And I think we can use one of the threads in it, or more than one of the threads in it. So I'm going to put those threads with this in this little bag so that when I'm ready to kit this up, I have it all ready to go. So I just love that. I thought it was adorable. The next segment I wanted to bring to you guys is a Creator Spotlight segment. I got this idea from Sarah at Sarah's Stitchy Spot. Guys, if you don't watch Sarah at Sarah's Stitchy Spot, you have got to go over to her channel. I'm going to put links for all the channels and stuff in the shops that I mentioned. I'll put links down below. But she seems like I've never met her, but she just seems like one of the sweetest women that you could ever meet. Like, she seems like the type of person that the minute you see her, you would feel relaxed and you would just give her a big hug and she would just be like excited to see you and just happy. Like, she just, and her husband Stan wrote the theme song for her channel, and she does this Creator Spotlight where people send in projects and she spotlights them on her channel. And I just thought that was a great idea. And a while ago I had put out there that I would love people to send in anything that they're stitching on, embroidery or cross stitch, so that I could showcase it on my channel. And I got a couple of submissions from Linda. I'm not going to say her last name because I don't know if she wants me to, but she did say I could use her name. And she sent me this first picture. I'm going to put it up here. And I'm just calling this like the alphabet picture. And she said she had made this like 35 years ago. And I just thought it was beautiful. And she has it framed and up in her house. And good for her, because I have like hardly anything up that I've stitched because I never finish anything. So Linda, beautiful job. And this next one that she sent me, she said that it was an Italian chart. And she added the beads to, I think, the earring part. Look at this. It is so gorgeous. And she made it into what looks like a pillow. And I'm like, good for you, Linda. It's beautiful. And thank you so much for sending in your work. I really enjoyed seeing it and conversing with you. And I really appreciate you being my first Creator Spotlight. So thank you so much. So if you guys have anything that you would like to show me, it doesn't have to be finished. It doesn't have to be fully finished. It could be in progress in any way, shape, or form. Send it in. Let me know if I can use your name. My email address is down below, and I would love to showcase more projects on my channel. And the last thing I'm going to do is talk about some of the creators that I've been watching this past month. These are not all the people that I subscribe to, but these are the people that actually like made it onto my TV or onto my phone this last month, in any capacity. So the first one is Sarah from Sarah's Stitchy Spot. I already talked about her. Then the next one is Dottie, and her channel's name is Stitching Scotty. She just is so warm, and she has 2 Scotties that she showcases in her videos every time. And she always gives a free pattern link at the end too, so that's always nice. So go over and give Dottie a hello and let her know you came from me. I also watch Bridget, the museum stitcher. I just love her stitching. She's so passionate about what she does, and everything is just like so neat and precise and beautifully done. And I just love seeing all the things that she gets done. And she sits in front of this beautiful fireplace, and she also knits and reads. So I like all that stuff too. Then the 911 Stitcher, I'm very sorry, but I forgot her first name. I really enjoy her channel. She has a couple of German Shepherds. She's based out of California, and she does a lot of black stitching. She loves black stitching, and she has a little tree in her background with like cute little smalls on it. I really enjoy watching her. Another channel, Suzanne P. Her and her husband, Suzanne and Thomas, come on and they show what they're working on. Usually it's just her, but she works on a lot of like stitching with the Housewives patterns, and I just love to see what she created. She does really cute fully finishes, and I really enjoy seeing that. And her husband helps her with that piece too. Her and her husband are both music teachers, so I like to like give all the teachers the love. Next is Carol from Saltbox Stitcher. I mean, I'm sure most of you know her. I just love her stitching. She, oh my gosh, does so many samplers, and like I wish I could be, I want to be her when I grow up. Like she stitches on everything. She has Lakeside linens, 40 count, 1/2, beautiful, beautiful, and she just gets so much done. And it's like she has everything. It's like she has the Mary Poppins bag and all the stuff just comes out. Oh my gosh, Carol Saltbox Stitcher. I also watch Priscilla and Chelsea, the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. They are just a trip. I totally enjoy seeing Priscilla's daughter Zinnia and her son come on once in a while. And they always do these fabulous giveaways. They're so generous with their stuff. Come on. Miss Rosie would like to visit again. And I just really enjoy, they talk a lot about gardening, which I'm not into, but I enjoy seeing it. Priscilla, she decorates for every holiday with all her stitching, and they just pump out so many patterns, and I really enjoy them. Cam the Stitcher, she has an eclectic view on the stuff she likes to stitch. She stitches all different things, and a lot of times she'll like make her own color stories, and I just love that. So I love seeing what she's going to be up to next. It's always interesting. The Grace Note Stitchers, of course, I love them. They put on, well, I would say the best retreat ever. It's the only retreat I've ever gone to, and I just enjoyed myself so much, and they were so welcoming, their whole team. So go over and give Grace Notes Stitchers some love. Natalia at Official Mermaid Cove. Oh my gosh, she does the most beautiful stitching on mermaids. Gorgeous. And I'm just like, wow, she gets so much done, and I love her things. She's really loves like Autumn Lane. She loves all the mermaids, so go and give her some love. And last but not least is Jamie at Nesting Seams. I've been watching her for a while. Her channel's growing slowly but surely. I think she has a quilting business, but she does a ton of cross stitch, and she does a lot of smalls, which I really like. And she gets things finished too, and she does these really cute fully finishes, and I just really enjoy watching her channel and seeing like what she's stitching and how she's finishing everything. And she really gives me some good ideas so that when I finally finish things when I'm 85, I will have a lot of inspiration from her. So I will link all of these channels down below. I know I've just been rambling. I hope that you guys stayed with me, and thank you guys so much for watching. This was a lot, but I really enjoyed sharing everything with you. If you have any suggestions on how I could make this better for you to watch, let me know down below. And if you, ooh, what was that? Rosie, why didn't you get it? I think it was like a flying beetle or something. Okay, well, I'm going to go. Was that a stink bug? I don't even know. That was gross. I'm going to go now because I'm a little freaked out. yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and I will talk to you soon. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to your fans. Oh, see you. Mwah. Bye, guys.